really fast start for you tonight. Did you seem to play as loose offensively? Did it feel like you were playing as loose offensively as you have
Well,
for a
it
little
was
while?
a bit of a track meet tonight by
Yeah.
both teams. They can score. That's a good team. So you have to give them a little credit. I get a little bit of luck on their second one, but they're a dangerous team. And I just like the way we didn't lose our composure when we gave the goals back and just kept on trying to play.
I meant you guys lose just sort of playing creative.
Yeah, well, I thought it was probably Wenny's best game in quite a while for me. It's the most I've seen him carry the puck through the neutral zone, brings the puck to the net. Nudie ends up scoring a goal off of that. Nick had some good shifts. Cam was noticed he darting to pucks. I thought a lot of guys played well. You know, I think the chances were about 27 to 27. Safe as death. So yeah, so it's the way it went. You know, giving up the 3, then we score 2, and then they get their 4th one pretty early on there. I thought we handled ourselves well. So that's a good win for us coming off a bit of a nightmare of the game before.
You referenced it, but the resolve to come back, I guess, after they tied the game in the second period, and just what you saw there and your team's ability to come back and take the lead.
Yeah, we just wanted to keep on playing. I don't think there was any panic. Yeah, it's important we get the next goal. You never know where it goes as far as momentum. It's a big part of the league during the regular season are these swings of momentum. Back in the day when you had a 2-goal lead and you lock it down and the game's over, it just doesn't happen that way anymore. There's too much skill. There's too much open ice, and so you just got to keep on playing. I thought we just kept on playing and found a way.
How much of a relief was it for you there late in the second? You get the Seth Jones goal to kind of stop the bleeding, and then you get that second one there to take the 2-goal lead back.
Yeah, I think the Nick's goal there, yeah, on a delayed penalty. Jonesy could have had 5. Z could have had 5. Jonesy's goal was big to answer. But you knew, they had some tough travel. You knew they were going to get their legs as the game went on. And that's a good hockey club we played against. And I'm happy about the win, how we had to go through it to get it.
What were your thoughts on Boone Jenner at center and just your thinking that went into moving him there?
I need a center. That's my thinking. And I didn't want to put Nick there. I wanted to give Nick a chance on right wing to see if we could get him going. Jens did a great job. You can see where I was using him. He did a great job on faceoffs. I think he was over 60%. A number of them were against Tavares. I thought he played really well. He takes a penalty on a really good player that's tough to stop. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's such a shifty guy. I thought Jens did a really good job. I like that line. It's a line that I can use a lot as far as maybe checking other lines in certain situations in games, and certainly face-offs in our end zone.
John, building on some of your earlier comments, how satisfying was it to see the points spread up and down the roster too as well?
I haven't looked at the whole sheet. Bjorky had a really good night on left wing. Made some good plays. Yeah, everybody contributed. You just noticed the people you want to notice that needed to get noticed, I guess, is the best way to put it. I'm thinking on the bench, what happens if, because it was just the potential of a game that could go the other way really quickly, and maybe you get nothing out of it. But I was saying to myself, with about 5 or 6 minutes left, no matter what happens, some good things were going on here with some players that we've been waiting for. So it's great we get the result. More importantly for me, I saw some guys play with a little bit of confidence and had the puck more than they usually have had of late.
Over here. I think 3 goals by defensemen tonight. You mentioned safe as death. I mean, was tonight kind of prime example of what you're talking about with the Rover thing and wanting the guys to just go?
Well, Z is, he is bought into it as far as Rover. Jonesy's the same way. I mean, Jonesy could have had 3 or 4. Z could have had 3 in the first period. So it's a big part of our offense, not only within the ends, off the rush, but in the end zone too, as far as our D moving and just trying to jump to holes, not getting locked into positions. And We think we have a pretty good goalie down the other end. If we have some mistakes, we're hoping to get a save. So we think it's much better to try to push the pace and let them go a little bit and see where we go.
Nunavara moving up with Johnson, was that a reward for his play of late, or was that just his mobility, wanting to have that in the top four?
No, I just didn't like it. I just didn't like Savvy and Jack together. We've kept them there a long time, and I just think we need a change. I think that's stale. I think each one of them, when they've been playing together, kind of blow up the other one. It's just the way it's happened this year. Will it stay this way? I don't know. But I'm not changing that top pair. I just think they determine too much of the pace of the game for us to split them. So we changed it. We'll look at the video and we'll see where we go from there.
Is it strange, or how can you explain how you can have two guys on the same pair that can both be rovers? It used to be commonly held, one guy can do that, both guys can't do that. How do they make it work?
But with these two guys, they can be the first one up the ice or leading the rush. They have the ability and the skating ability to get back, too. Remember, I coached a guy. He coaches Buffalo now, Phil Housley. I coached him a long time ago. Howie would always be the first one up, and he'd be the first one back. These guys have that ability, and they have a little sense about themselves, too. When they show themselves in the rush and they stay involved in the offense, if nothing's really there, they'll get out of there, and they'll get back in position. Yeah, I mean, that first goal by Z, that's a hard play. That's Panarin rifles one across, and he has to, it's not a one-timer. It's almost a shovel into the net. It's strong stick and all. That's a great play all around. So, yeah, it's the way you have to play the game. If you're going to be safe, we're not going to try to do it that way. We're going to take chances and see where we go. Okay, thank you.